Sup everybody, I'm looking at my ticker and prices are doing nothing. It's pretty boring. I love it. Only the degens are here. I want to have an open conversation with something that I've been telling you in the live, and I kind of want to put it here in the video so everybody's on the same page. Is there such a thing as having too much XRP, too much Bitcoin, too much whatever valuable asset you think? So it could be digital. How about gold? Because if you ask Michael Saylor, he's going to tell you, I don't have enough Bitcoin. The guy is only about Bitcoin, right? We know that. But if you are barely starting with XRP or you have a long time with XRP, I want to tell you a few things that might help you in your journey about this one, because I don't know everything. But one thing I know is that I've been buying the dips and DCA and I'm getting as much as I can. But when is enough? Like, when should I stop? Real question, right? Because that's a fair question if you want to know how much money you can make. Because I can guarantee you over 90% of the people watching this video want to become rich with crypto, with digital assets, with XRP as soon as possible. Drop a like, fam, if you want to continue seeing this content. I'll tell you, I'll take a look at the comments. Thank you so much for being here. I always appreciate you guys stopping by. It really helps when subscribe to the channel and everything. We keep going for you. Don't matter if the price don't do anything tomorrow or they come down, they crash. It's okay. It allows more opportunities for the people who really want to be here for the long term. And that is exactly what it boils down to. You see the perfect segue? Long term. Long term, guys, it's really what matters here, because Swift, ETFs, BlackRock, and crypto capital of the world, that all is gonna make most of the made in the USA cryptos extremely valuable. So the more coins you have, the more power you will have, and the easier for you it's gonna become to reach your goal, to become multi-millionaire, what have you, right? One of the biggest bulls in the Bitcoin army is going to be obviously the administration right now, Cynthia Lumens, Trump administration, and obviously Michael Saylor and a big bunch of Bitcoin maxis that only want to buy a bunch of Bitcoin, right? Why? Why they're telling us that in 20 years, 15 years, 10 years, the price of Bitcoin can reach over $1 million? Assuming that right now the price of Bitcoin is 100,000, although I know it's 80, that is a 10x to go to 1 million. But if you go to 10 million, guys, that is like 100x from the price right now for Bitcoin. That means that you are having trillions and trillions of extended market capitalization in this industry. That means that if Bitcoin maxis believe that their coin is going to go well past 1 million in the multi-millions in the long term, then why not XRP past $100? What's stopping us, right? So the question here becomes, what is the price that I'm willing to sell one XRP, and how many coins I need? A lot of the people see the price right now at 240 and say it's expensive. I'm going to repeat that again. A lot of the people see the price under 3 and say, oh, that's a lot of money. Why? Because you want to buy a bunch of XRP and you cannot, because you take $1,000. You're not going to be able to buy 1,000 XRP anymore. You want to get 100,000 XRP, right? That is $230,000 right now. It's a lot of money. That's a house. It's a pretty good car, It's a loan. That's so many different things. $250,000. But question, 100% of the people watching this video want XRP to go higher in price, right? Therefore, if you let XRP go much higher in price, let's just do this so easy. 2x, $5. $5. So to get 100,000 XRP is going to cost you $500,000, bro. So what do you mean? How much is enough XRP? Well, if you want to make $1 million, you need 230,000 to get 100,000 XRP right now, and wait for that to 4x, from 250 roughly to a million. So 240 right now, 4x, looking at about $10. $10, guys, that is less than 20 billion, 200 billion. Right now we are in the 130. So you're looking at less than $1 trillion, guys, market capitalization for you to become a millionaire. Now, $1 trillion market capitalization for XRP, that's a cakewalk. If Bitcoiners say that in years ahead, they're going to be looking at millions per one Bitcoin. You see? How much XRP is, I think, a great question for new people, because when I ask you guys in the live streams, a bunch of you tell me I have 500 XRP, I have 1,000 XRP, I have 3,000 XRP, because obviously you may have less than $10,000 involved in XRP, and that is amazing money, right? And you're like, well, I cannot afford more than that. Can I still become rich? If you're willing to wait at least 5 years, I think you are not going to have any problem reaching a really great goal. Because let's now take us to today. From the long-term conversation that we're having, from that long-term talk, that the open communication, let's now come to 2025. 2025 right now, it doesn't seem that it wants to help us much, because it's the beginning of frameworks, the SEC, the crypto capital of the world, Bitcoin Act. It's the beginning of the stable coin right now, legislation and more. So Q1 2025 is not what people expected. This is not the altcoin season. We're waiting for the altcoin season. When is the altcoin season, Oscar? Well, it will be great if it happens in 2025, Guys, before I continue, I want to ask you to click the first link down below and join me on BTCC. This is a special message. I'm looking at my screen right now, but I kind of wanted to talk to you more one-on-one here. If you want to start trading and get some really good positions, if you're still listening, I want to get going with this conversation. You might want to try, up to 500x positions with XRP. In the live streams and in the video, sometimes I show you, my positions. Right now, I have $1,100 on BTCC and $800 on BingX, ready and able, because I see the prices kind of want to come down. They're iffy right now. They're kind of like funky. So if they come down tomorrow, bloody on the streets, boom, I'm going to come in. So just giving you some takes, right? Do what you please, but let's go. Sign up and get a bunch of bonuses and lower trading fees on BTCC. Now, my position, I come to the realization that I have enough XRP, but I also want to get into other positions. Like, I don't just want to have a bunch of XRP and miss out. I asked you in one of the lives, what is your biggest crypto bag? I ask you. I put diversification, Bitcoin, meme coins, or XRP. You guys, over 80% of you said XRP, which is okay. It's still, if you're looking to sell when it 2x's, you're not gonna be waiting for long. $5 XRP should come in due time. I will say within 300 days or so. I think a lot of people that I've seen, different predictions are saying that we're passing $3, we're passing $4, we're passing $5, right? $5 XRP right now, what is it? Less than $400 billion. So it's not like, it's like getting to Ethereum when it was $4,000. So right now in 2025, we have a few things that I have already bored you to death, to all the things that we're expecting. So I'm not going to repeat it again, but I'm just telling you that we have a few things waiting in the pipeline to finally see some growth. So I'm bullish on that. If you want to start with something with XRP, just know that it's going to get more expensive as we go. Right now, the price of XRP is nicely putting a beautiful $2 to $3 range. When that range breaks higher, it's over. Like, we're not going down to under $1. We're not going to 40 cents, 30 cents. No, it's not happening, guys. Once we break that 3 higher to 4, it's gonna be hard for us to go back to the low 2s. And now you're gonna be paying $4, $3 for another XRP. So you see, this is a community that there's so much conversation. There's a lot of people talking and discussing and saying, you know, I think you should buy. I think you should adhere, go all in and all of that. I have learned that, yes, I want more XRP and I'm accumulating little by little, but getting 1 Bitcoin is a really good idea. You know, the Bitcoin maxes say it's going to be over 1 million. Why not? Diversification helps. Sometimes Ethereum, sometimes Solana. Why not HBAR, XCN, right? You have Ondo, you have Stellar. There's so many other great players in the ISO 222, and that also will be a part of the crypto capital and the stockpile, like Cardano. So I am willing to have a much bigger position in XRP, but also diversification helps. That's kind of what I want to do, guys, right? If you ask me right now how much is too much, having well over 1 million XRP, I think that's overkill. Although the big, beautiful whales that bought XRP way cheap, that's what they have, over 1 million XRP. That's a number that I never see me owning, you know. 7-figure XRP is too much money for me for XRP. It's just too much. I don't think I'm gonna ever get there, so that is too much for me. 1 million XRP. I'm gonna have less than that. It's not that I don't want to, but it's just like, instead of getting to 1 million XRP, I better diversify and get there. That's what I'm doing. Like, I already have a decent, strong position. I don't want to get to the 7-figure. It's just too much. It's too much concentration of power in one, right? But there's still going to be the people who are going to try to get as much as they can, only XRP, and that's totally fine. So what do you think, guys? Let me know in the comments down below. I was feeling this, you know, because this is a conversation that is ongoing. There's a lot of people with questions saying, should I just buy more XRP or maybe get on a meme coin or a pre-sale on Bitcoin, on Ethereum? But what if I don't make too much money and XRP explodes? Exactly. Those are some of the conversations you have to be resolving. But that's why I'm here providing you guys with some thoughts that for me, it's time for me to diversify, still adding XRP, but now finding those plays. So I am more, you know, tasting all kinds of flavors in the crypto space. I'll see you on BTCC, fam. Links down below. Like and subscribe. Peace.